sure if I told you guys about this, but it's a real kind of a trip when you actually run into a member of our family. This Fuck Cancer group. A lot of I mean, there's some people obviously I know. You know what I mean, because they joined because they know me or they love what we're doing, that kind of stuff. But when it's a stranger and they feel like they know you, they've known you for a long time kind of deal. Well, it's happened a couple times now, and it's just so awesome. I mean, yeah, it's emotional and it kind of trips me out, but I'm not doing it for popularity or to be recognized or I don't give a shit about any of that. That means nothing to me. If I can actually affect change in somebody's life and make it to where it's a difference in the sense of a positive reaction, then I feel like I've kind of accomplished something. Yeah, I kind of got my butt kicked through all this stuff, and yeah, maybe the heart on the sleeve thing with this is not such a good idea. But I refuse to change who I am as a person. All I got is love. You know what I mean? The sense of I love everybody. I want to give everybody a chance. Well, maybe that's why I've gotten burned. Because I've given few people too many chances. But live and learn. What can you do? Well, when it comes to this, it's like maybe I kind of shame on myself because I played in a lot of breast cancer fundraisers and stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people out there have done the same. But it was never really personal, to me. It was just an excuse to go out and play ball and have a couple beers with my boys, and that kind of stuff. But shame on me, because all of a sudden, when my love gets sick, I'm all about fuck cancer and wake up and this and that. How come I wasn't doing that before? That's what I was thinking, and the kind of guilt comes into play, because how dare I try to impose something on somebody that you know what I mean, just doesn't feel it that way. But I am who I am, and all I got is my balls and my word, and I refuse to break them for anybody. It is what it is, and that's the path we're on. I'm humbled by the experiences that I've recently had. I met 5 and 6 now of our group. People actually met that I didn't know already, and it was an awesome meeting. The girl died. I caught her towards the end, and but I tried. I did whatever I could. I sent them to people that I hoped that could help them, and but they didn't blame me, and I blame myself. You know what I mean? Because it scared me. And I didn't recognize, but all of a sudden 2 women are crying, and because I was wearing my dry fit, and they knew me. They I don't if they recognized me or if it was I don't know. I don't know if it was a shirt or I have no idea. But one cried. Then they started talking. Then the other cried, and then I heard noise, and I turned and looked at them at that direction, and they were already coming at me. Kind of scared at first, because they both just kind of wanted to hug me and kiss me and talking to me in Spanish, English, and it was just a real kind of a emotional kind of moment there for me. I didn't know what to think. And people tend to put God in with this, and I believe God has touched me in the sense of He gave me the opportunity to be enlightened by information and be able to pass it on. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's something like it's a torture thing or if it's something like I'm paying you back for all the stuff you've done thing. You know what I mean? God only knows, man. But it's something I've been able to do. So in turn, I feel responsible in the sense of knowledge. Comes responsibility. So I'm passing that on. Well, these ladies, they were hugging, kissing, and it just was like, whoa, it's kind of too close there for a minute, because I just was like kind of bugged out, and they started referring to it as God's touch, and your hands are healed, and whoa, I am not a messenger from God. God hasn't put his soul or whatever through me to heal or anything like that. That's not me. I curse, I drink, I smoke. I am a sinner at heart. But I have my faith, and I have my will and my want, and my will and my want are going one way, and my faith goes another, obviously. So I'm trying to get that path, but eventually I will. I have my faith, and I have a very good, strong faith in my God, because that's how I call him. He's my God. Um, but in the sense, what's going on with these women, I didn't know how to react. I was scared. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I was freaked out. You know, and I turned like, whoa, no, no, that's not who I am. I'm not. No, God's not. No, stop. You know, and I'm just Jerry. You know, and I turned and the reality hit, because this lady was she had terminal cancer. She saw how I wrote about my love. That I always referred to her as my love. That I never mentioned her name. That it was one of those things where it was real. Now it's very real now. Now it's just more than real. She knew she was dying, and there wasn't really much I can do. I mean, I tried to do the sense I can make her feel comfortable, and maybe take away some of the meds that she was on, 'cause she was on like 35 meds, different medications. Try to get them all off and get her on some oil and get her comfortable, and maybe help her, extend her life a little bit, and maybe enjoy it. Her question and her ask of me was, "Can you help my husband let go?" Whew. Okay, now how am I gonna help somebody let go? If you can explain that to me, oh please, you're way ahead of where I'm at right now. Uh, you know, uh, Try to explain that to her. I mean, whoa, and mind you, this is in the situation where my love's cancer was in the beginning of her first time having it. It was, it was a different deal than. That's my worst fear now. So, having to try to, make her understand that this is something I did not want to do, but she just refused to give up. She refused, she just basically told me that the love I've been showing, and the outpouring of love that I've gotten from you, my friends here, and it's just been unreal. And that's what she's seen. She's seen the way I talked, and that, I don't know. I have no idea, because the majority of the time I'm talking, I'm exhausted. I write, and I just write. I told you, I don't care about what people think or judge. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't hit me. It doesn't hurt me. But when it comes down to that kind of situation, I was kind of stuck now. Because what am I going to do? Tell her no? I couldn't do that. I could not do that. So I called her husband. Worst phone call in my life. He was angry, pissed, man. Didn't want nothing to do with who the fuck are you, kind of scenario. Why the fuck are you gonna talk about my wife? And and I get it, man. I understand. I understand more than a lot of us really would think about it. Because I've been very angry and frustrated with, tolerance is short now, So anyway, I did my best to talk to him. Eventually, it got to the point to where, I had already known that the chances of my love's cancer coming back, and coming back severe, if not terminal, was very, very high. That's been on my own dilemma for quite a while now. So in turn, I had to relate that to him. I had to talk about my life and my experiences and what was going on with us and what we did here as a whole. Because I might have got this started, but it was you people, the ones that made it what it is today. We talked. I cried. He cried. We both basically cried together. It was two grown ass fucking men. And if you would see the picture of this guy, wow, man, he's like 6'4", 300 some odd pounds, biker, tatted everywhere, just a very imposing man by the looks of him, but it's kind of tripping on him. So thought of me ever meeting him would probably not going to happen, the way I look at it, because it's a big world. Well, he's been out here now. I didn't know his family had moved out here. After she had passed, I guess they couldn't stay in the home anymore. He couldn't live there anymore. I don't know. But they came here. Small damn world, man. Well, I see him on the softball field. I didn't know him. I don't know. I didn't recognize anybody, But after they were crying over me, I turned and like to get away from them, and he was coming at me. And my first reaction, and looking at him, he just looked pissed because I think he thought I was starting problems with them, or I don't know. I don't know what he thought, but he came at me in a pretty aggressive nature, and the way I look at things, I didn't recognize him at first, and fuck, if I gotta chop that tree down, I gotta chop that tree down. I don't give a shit. So I went to go, and then he looks at me. He saw my dry fit, and then he just stopped. He stopped, looked at me, and he's you're Jerry. I was like, no way, dude. I was like literally trying not to at that point, and he's like, he just nodded at me, and I was like, I know, Bubba. He goes, he's all, man. I was like, I go, always, anytime you need, man, call me. I'll talk to you all night long. And he asked me, how's my love? That was one of the first things he asked, and yeah, I told him, I go, that girl, man, like, wow, she blows me away. Smiling, happy, and her strength, her sense of humor. I told them about how, I told a few, obviously, and it was just, to me, it's one of the best moments of my life, and it broke my heart at the same time. The day, when my love, or a few days after my love had gotten home from the hospital after her laminectomy, bone fusion surgery on her back, we had to get her a walker, and a girlfriend of mine, Kim, dropped us a walker off, and it's awesome of her, but fuck, we get this walker here, and mind you, hearing that walker, it was like scratching a chalkboard, to me. It broke my heart, man, because my woman, my love should not be in a fucking walker. So I'm very protective, I tend to, really not covet, which means a lot to me. So I proceeded to walk her to the bathroom, like if she needed help or something, and I had the walker there, and I just walked her there, and she's like, I got it. I was like, okay, love, I think she's kind of a little frustrated with me at this point now, okay, love, well, I'm gonna leave the walker by the door, and it's there for you. So, I'm trying to hold it back, and I walk into the kitchen, and, okay, well, I'm gonna fix her something, and maybe I can make her something, or get her some water, or just something, and I start washing something, and then all of a sudden I hear that walker behind me. It fucking, it hurt, man. It fucking hurt. It's like, I'm not looking at her though. I'm here, and she can hear it behind me, and I can hear it coming, and I'm already trying to, it's there, it's there, and all of a sudden, man, out of nowhere, I hear, oh fuck it. You see me rolling, hey, and oh my god, the laughing, and we both laughed together, and that's what I'm talking about. The sense of humor on this woman is just unreal. We laughed. I hugged her and kissed her and laughed my ass off. But then walked outside into my man cave and just fell apart. It kills me every day that I have to see her suffer in some sense or another, because there's no way I know any of you would want your wife or your daughter or your loved ones to see this or feel this, But it just was, they didn't blame me, they loved me, they loved what we're all about, they love seeing all the conversations on this page or on my page, because it's kind of interconnected kind of deal. It just was an, a really, really touching experience, because it was through his loss, that he was able, by talking through me, to move forward, and I'm not a psychologist, doctor, nurse. I've never worked in the medical field at all. And maybe that's why I'm taking it the way I am, with my emotions and not being able to be prepared for it, emotionally and mentally. But that's where God comes into play, and I'm thinking, He's teaching me a lesson from my past experiences or whatever, but, You know, it's like, wow, it hit home again. So 5 and 6 are down, man. All we got is what is it, 1155 and 56 more to go. I want to meet everybody though. I really do. God bless, man. Fuck cancer.